Well, it is very, very light, but certainly there's no way that play could have continued. And the umbrella's getting an airing for the first time during this year's championship.
It's a good thing they did that quickly, because the rain is now quite heavy, and of course if they had not done it quickly and the rain at the moment had fallen on that court and they hadn't got it across quickly, it would have been out of action maybe for the rest of the evening. But they did it so quickly that it's quite possible that virtually no rain got on the court.
Players are back in the locker room now, and they would be drying themselves off and maybe putting on a tracksuit, a warm tracksuit, to try to maintain the body heat. And it does give the chance to the coach to talk to the player. And I think Pat Rafter will have time to reflect on exactly how well he is playing. He would
Yes, very cool.
.30 love.
Roll.
That was very good play, particularly that half volley cross court by Enqvist. Extraordinary shot, saving the situation. Beautiful, beautiful point.
This really is just exquisite volleying. That low ball nearly on the ground. Rafter put it within inches of the baseline, and a fine drop volley. 40-15.
First game, third set.
Well, there is only one way now that Thomas Enqvist can beat this man in your picture, and that is in 5 sets. And in 5 sets in his career, Enqvist is at 7 wins to 7 losses. Not all that brilliant.
And here is this beautiful forehand. Used to be a distinct weakness for Pat Rafter. He needed a lot of time to make the shot, and he spent hours and hours practicing his forehand, developing a little bit of a loop, moving his grip around a little bit further so he could put topspin on like most of the modern day players do. And that in particular was his weakness, the forehand return of serve, because he would wait with a backhand grip and he didn't have that short backswing and drive through the ball. If the ball came into his serve, into his forehand off the serve, he'd just block it back with a slice rather ineffectively. But now he has a complete repertoire on the forehand side, and it's a real strength. Playing as well as anybody here at Wimbledon, leading 2 sets to love.
I think Enqvist got a lot of sympathetic support there, because this rather raucous crowd at the moment reckons he hasn't got quite what he's deserved in this match so far.
.15 love. .30 love. 40 love.
Another very good low backhand volley from this man.
That is
40,
beautifully
50.
taken early with some slice straight down the line. Enqvist does stand wide to serve to get the ball into the backhand, leaving that line exposed. After just trying that one out, I think you might see that on a crucial point later on.
Game enqvist.
Well, that's the same shot, but he didn't quite make it that time.
1 game all, third set.
Another factor in this match is that it's almost inevitable that it will not finish tonight, I would think, unless the light improves.
$15 love.
Of course, if Rafter does go through this set, then that will be it. So it could happen.
Roll.
Oh. 15 all. $30-15.
Yes, good covering.
$40-15.
Gave a pretty good chase, but just couldn't make the backhand volley, the angle of Rafter.
Game Rafter. Rafter leads 2-1, third sets, 2 sets to love.
Thomas Enqvist has not quite regained the brilliant form on return of serve, which he had earlier in the match, since the break for rain. And if he can't somehow manage a way to break this powerful Rafter serve and volley game, then this match will end this evening. But if he can just achieve a break and then take this set, and then he'll probably have overnight and Sunday to think about it.
Yes, it's an interesting predicament. I think the one thing in Thomas Enqvist's favour is that the conditions are a little heavier now than when they began, so the ball's not going through the air quite so much, which gives him a little bit more margin for error off the ground where he hits the ball so hard. Because he hits the ball so hard and flat, he has relatively small margin over the net inside the baseline. So that might give him a little bit more liberty to go for his shots off the ground and a little bit more security, and conversely it also slows down the Rafter serve, which, if anything, is only marginal in pace. Enqvist serving.
Yes, good choice of shot.
And here's the rafter chip and charge.
15 love.
Been covering the cross court and managed to get back for that one, then heading across court. He's convinced that Enqvist wants to go across court with the backhand.
Oh, that's really tough.
(30-15).
Thomas Enqvist is putting up with a lot, including a bit of luck from Pat Rafter. That ball just catching the top of the net. He moved well for a big man.
Really quite surprised that in this match at least, some of these low volleys by Rafter, he hasn't made them, hasn't quite angled the racket face enough.
Two games all, third sets.
Nice clean finish there by Enqvist. But in this set, Rafter has the advantage of serving first, and it is a real advantage. If he is broken, he's always got one more chance to break back. Enqvist has not.
Love 15. All.
Enqvist clearly thinking that was long.
And if Enqvist hesitates like that, you can be pretty sure that he genuinely thought the ball was long, and you can see there maybe just the slightest puff coming up. The lines don't yield as much chalk as they used to. Different substance used to paint on the lines here at Wimbledon.
Ball.
15-30.
Well, this is not the way to hold your serve. A couple of doubles in a game.
All.
Two all, 30 all. He's really going for big returns of serve. He knows the threat from the Rafter volley.
30 love.
Well, it is very, very light, but certainly there's no way that play could have continued. And the Umbrella's getting an airing for the first time during this year's championship.
It's a good thing they did that quickly, because the rain is now quite heavy, and of course if they had not done it quickly and the rain at the moment had fallen on that court and they hadn't got it across quickly, it would have been out of action maybe for the rest of the evening. But they did it so quickly that it's quite possible that virtually no rain got on the court.
Players are back in the locker room now, and he would be drying themselves off and maybe putting on a tracksuit, a warm tracksuit, to try to maintain the body heat. And it does give the chance to the coach to talk to the player. And I think Pat Rafter will have time to reflect on exactly how well he is playing.